tonight we're going to kick off things with Dimitri, if you don't mind getting us started on the recaps.
Yeah, last session, we found the secret. How do you call it? The laboratory underneath the throne, where it appears Strahd made the Argon of Voss zombie dragon, and also had another, Frankenstein-ish, humanoid type on the table. We did some speak with the dead on it, trying to get some information, but it was a bit difficult because it was so many different body parts. Yeah, they're weird fish. And there was a bit of party conflict with everybody's opinions on what should be done with the books and the laboratory in general. It seems as though, maybe. Sorry. It seems as though people, maybe putting, their what they believe in on the back burner for a little bit just to try and get out of here, but maybe it's all coming to a head at some point. Tensions were a bit high, and then we were ambushed by three winter wolves, which I'm like, this isn't going to be that bad. And then Ramorez popped out of the ground, and I was like, crap, this is going to be a bit tougher. But luckily, we defeated it. No one died again, luckily. I think we played that real well. I mean, Serva did her paralyzing gaze on it, which was like clutch. That was really good. And then, Vasili reappeared, and that's I'm curious to see how that goes, because I know how Dimitri's gonna act, so I'm curious how everyone else is going to, how this is.
You always have an excellent memory. Thank you for the recap. That was excellent. And yeah, when the channel divinity is effective, it feels so good. I feel like channel divinity often is just like, that was a resource I wanted to happen and it failed, but it's super cool when it happens well. Yeah, there was a lot wrapped in there. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the laboratory. Looking forward to see what others' thoughts on it too. Thank you. Take your inspiration. The recap's really nice for me too, because it's like as you're talking, and it's like I'm remembering these things as well. It's it's pretty cool. It's a little DM admission. Next will be Nisha, if you don't mind continuing our recaps.
Yeah, I think Dimitri pretty much hit the nail on the head with all the kind of the highlights. I will point to what I thought was a fun and fascinating part of the adventure, which was in the encounter, kind of the RPG encounter between Winrail and Rictavio and Elward, and I guess I'm gonna sort of throw Serva in there, even though I don't think she was necessarily siding with Elward. She was definitely kind of trying to keep the peace, so to speak. But it was really fun to see kind of like background character elements come to the forefront of kind of a situation where strangers are sort of forced together through circumstance that may not typically be together for one reason or another. And certain motivations, which is great. I think it's always fun to have those. It's one thing to have the fellowship when they're all hunky dory, but it's a whole different story when you have Boromir going all crazy ass trying to take the ring from Frodo, sort of thing. So I think having a bit of tension dynamic in the character backgrounds was really satisfying to watch and very well played out, RP'd by the people involved.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's a crazy fascinating dynamic that you guys have created and found your characters in, and there's definitely going to be a clash. And this campaign is full of test and moral ambiguities and stress, and how you can cope with them. And it's very interesting. I totally agree. Thank you. Take your inspiration, and I will see you next. Next will be Serva, if you don't mind continuing our recaps.
Oh yeah. Yeah, going back off of what Dave said, it was very fun to see that Ewinreal and Elward are very much against each other, and had it not been for the current situation, they may not be allies, which is always fun. Um, then again, with the Remoras fight, that was really fun. I get the feeling it would have been a lot more difficult if it had not been successfully shut down, because that damage scared me. But luckily, it wasn't too bad. I feel kind of bad that Nisha has this cool ice staff, and we keep fighting things immune to cold damage. So one day she'll get a chance to use it in the show.
Mountain again. Seriously, get the hell off the.
I'm hoping next encounter we fight something that's just resistant, so she can have some fun. Yeah, Vasili came back. I think it was with like a flame chain or a flame whip. I don't remember exactly, except that it was cool. But then I was also thinking, this thing's on fire. I don't know if that's super effective. And yeah, we haven't seen him in a while. Very interesting to hear what he says about she who will not be named. Uh, But yeah, very fun dialogue, and it's good to see an old face, even though in character, I do not know who this person is. So that's a fun way to meet them again.
Yeah, what a weird scenario as a player. Yeah. Um, yeah, definitely. I think the Rimmeraz would have been way more deadly if it hadn't been stunned like through your terrifying gaze. But thank good. I mean, that's part of tactics, and you fought that monster well. Not a very wise, just a predatory beast, honestly. And you guys handled it very well. Um, and I think is a spike chain. I should have given him a whip. That would have been cool, like that bone whip that you guys. I don't even know where it is now. But no, he has a spike chain, but that was pretty cool. Um, cool. And yeah, I think we'll probably move into some less cold immune stuff soon. Go ahead and take your inspiration, and we'll see you next. Next will be Winrel. If you don't mind continuing our recaps.
Sure. So a lot of things were covered, but couple points. I thought the heating and freezing the bars thing was particularly cool. Even though when I was using the freeze for Dave, I actually didn't mean to use it on the bars. I was talking about after I broke them to cool them down, but it was cool nonetheless. And then one thing of note is that Elward still like pocketed a journal or something in the laboratory before we burned the actual like page notes. So he seemed to find like a little loophole in the situation. So those are my main two things that weren't covered in detail.
Yeah, that it's kind of cool when you don't have a party role fulfilled like a rogue, like we don't in this party. And y'all did a really cool thing about getting through this locked gate. I like that you guys came up with that. That was fun. And yeah, a lot of books taken out of that laboratory. Some really powerful magical books, and some books with a lot of secret and dark knowledge in it. Thank you. Go ahead and take your inspiration. And last but not least, Elward, if you don't mind wrapping us up tonight.
Yeah, not much to say, but that was already covered. Interested to see how people deal with any powers or curses or afflictions that they have going towards the end of the game. Like mine's, I have like a smaller one, but it requires me to be up and close to people, which I'm never not. But it seems others are just more passive when they use a ability or have to make like a roll. So it's interesting to see if that will bite us in the butt towards the very end of the campaign. And Word had his goal throughout the entire campaign. Almost had it. Things got in the way. Loopholes were found. And yeah. People don't like. People have different goals. But Word's very determined if we want to stop his goal, or I'm pretty sure any of the other party members' goals. So it'll have to result in somebody's death. But yeah, can't wait to see towards the end of the game how things aligned, how alliances are still made or broken, and we'll see where the future goes. I'm very much well looking into the future rather than past or present.
Yeah, if we get an epilogue, it's going to be a very interesting one. You know, it truly might be that Strahd is not the conclusion of our story, depending on how things play out. And I think your point towards like everyone being cursed or having some sort of, I think literally all 5 of you have some sort of curse or flaw or something that's affecting you based on your choices and things that have happened and the items you carry. But that definitely is playing a role already and will continue to do so. Hopefully we'll see if it worsens or not. Yeah, but thank you so much. Take your inspiration. And anyone else have any questions or any last thoughts before we move back into session? Cool. There's a rare night for no tech updates or anything like that. Hopefully no problems, anything like that. I think we should be smooth sailing on that end. We'll move right back into our session. We concluded at the slaying of this massive fiery predator of the Arctic, the Rimmeraz, as Vasili von Holtz also showed his head in this mist. But we come back to the scene in this ruinous battlefield. Slain winter wolves lie about. The slain Rimmeraz lays about. Everyone's kind of weapons are still drawn and alert. Story's in your hands, guys.
Oh crap! Sorry. Point of order.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm having trouble. Does Nisha know? I don't think Nisha knows Serena either.
No, neither knows Serena, I think.
I do?
You would have met her. You would have met her briefly on the way back from Yester Hill towards Craig.
It was very little interaction.
Like you'd have seen her in the funeral for Jensen and so on.
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
Land on the ground. So, Strahd asked about a Serena, so why are they asking you about one?
Well, that is a tricky topic. A bit of a strange one indeed. Who may you be?
Serva. And you?
It's a pleasure to meet you, my fine lady. I am Vasili von Holtz.
You have. I think you've come on to enough of us, so let's hear it. We saw you. Where is she?
You mean Thorina? Well, there's no point in hiding such a thing. Perhaps a bit of a better setting. Maybe we could take a seat. That was a very scary monster, beast. It's a very valuable carapace, though. I could give you some secrets. The druids used to. You kind of see him trying to get off topic.
It's not as scary as I can be.
We don't want to take a seat. Just give us the information.
I don't think green is your color, pal.
That is a very perceptive eye. Well, and you kind of see him lower his spike chain and kind of wrap it around his belt and cover it up with his cloak. Well, I suppose you all owed a bit of a explanation. I had hoped that Serena and I could be something more. I was really beginning to fall for her. A lovely woman, a strong woman. She told me many, many things, helped me many ways. But Alas, I think her heart was already taken, or given to someone else. So, I gave her something that I could not even give myself. Perhaps the greatest gift anyone could receive in this cursed place. I let her go home. That pool and crake, it is an ancient holy place. A bit of the magic still lingers there. I do not know if you took a swim. Perhaps you felt it.
You what?
What do you mean let her go home?
Well, she was not from here. It looks like you are from here. And he kind of points at Serva and points at Nisha. And you're from here. And then points at Casimir. But then he kind of looks at the rest. The rest of you, though, you're not from Barovia or this surrounding region. You're from another plane. And so was Serena. But, you see, outside the Vistani, no one can pass between the mist. No one, not even I. That is in fact why I'm over here. The mist seems to be a bit thinner, and the route to the south used to be a very profitable trade route for my family. But I do not mean to divulge. I just, you see, because Serena did not want to stay with me, I don't think she could have ever seen me as anything other than a horrible person, a worm, a monstrosity. I gave her the gift I could only give to her. I sent her home. I believe the Vistani tell me the place is now called Doggerford. I used to know it as something else.
Yeah, insight.
Yeah, sure.
Come
Yeah,
on.
it seems like he's telling the truth mostly. I'm not really picking up any kind of cues or anything like that.
Well, if you sent her home, how could you do that if you said that you're unable to pass through the mist?
That is a very good question. It is the magic of the pool. There was still a bit lingering there. It was a holy place, Mother Night, in fact, and well as the Morning Lord. The Morning Lord on the surface and Mother Night below. It is, a bit of a gate, but I do not think anyone else will be able to use such a thing. But I was glad to give it to her.
So, to be clear, could you have used it for yourself?
No, I could not have used it to myself. If one of you had decided to, showed me a bit of love, perhaps I could have given it to you, though.
So, rather than running and hiding, how about you help us defeat Strahd, or we kill you?
That is a very, aggressive offer. I like you. Perhaps you have a history in business.
Oh, Vasili, we have been down this road.
Well, I am happy to help you as far as I've traveled, but I have much to do as well, especially now that the Martikov's trade route has opened up again. The vine is overflowing. I wish to return to an old business interest in the village of Barovia. Perhaps you have visited the Blood of the Vine Tavern?
Well, the trade route opened up because of us. They can now remake all of their famous wines.
You have my sincerest gratitude. It will make me much money.
What do you mean by a monstrosity?
Well, she had a very, negative opinion of the way I behaved and the way I treated people.
Plus another thing.
I do not know what the other thing you're talking of. That's very mysterious and vague.
Who and what are you?
I have introduced myself. I am Vasili von Holtz. My family has been a noble family in this land for many ages. We came from a far-off land, but I now found myself stuck in the midst of this Barovia.
Vasily, why do you remind us of Strahd?
Give me a perception check.
I was actually going to ask if Casimir could cast Dispel Magic.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you sense undead, Serva. As you cast Dispel Magic, what are you trying to dispel? Like just some kind of general effect?
I'm assuming I'm going to go with illusory magic. I'm assuming there might be some sort of illusion going.
Cool. You can give me, let's see, what is it? A spellcasting check, an intelligence check?
Would it be spellcast? Would it be a spellcast? Would it be a 20 plus his spellcasting attack modifier, or just his spellcasting ability modifier?
Yeah, whatever the ability modifier is. So if he's a like wizard, it'd just be his intelligence bonus to a roll to a.
Yeah. So
All right,
intelligence
cool.
plus 20.
Can I give my inspiration to Casimir?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
All right, let's do it.
With your advantage. Yeah, indeed. So as you cast Dispel Magic, you see his clothes begin to transform a bit. And instead of these beautiful, wonderful, noble, regal clothes, he has like tattered, crappy like commoner's clothes on. And you notice that his face actually changes a bit. He's a very handsome, beautiful face. With your perception, Winrail, as well, you notice that his eyes match that of Sergei's. That the Sergei's eyes you saw in the corpse in the laboratory. And his face itself becomes quite pale. Not this beautiful, kind of tan, noble, regal-looking face, pale, almost white as the snow around. His lips turn red. His fanged teeth kind of hang over his bottom lip a bit. That is a very unkind thing to do. You have caught me in a very strange circumstance. Why have you done such things? Secrets are important for society. I have not revealed your secrets to you. And you see him kind of mutter something under his breath and like wave his hands a bit. And it seems like he's casting a spell.
Casimir will try and counterspell it.
Yeah, go ahead and give me another intelligence check. Yeah, fail this time. But his appearance begins to kind of reform back into like what you saw before.
So you're not him.
What do
So
you
who?
who do you think I am?
Sergey?
That is not my name. My name is Vasili von Holtz. I do know of this Sergei von Zervich. He was a very fine man, a paladin, a server of light, a very gentleman. All the women in the land loved him, just like Vasili. So perhaps if you see Vasili and Sergei the same way, we are very good with women.
Do you know what happened to Sergey?
Yes, it is another secret, not for me to spill. And you kind of see him falter a bit at that question.
Well, I would greatly appreciate it if you did spill the beans on it, and I'll take like one step closer.
You notice he's been stepping away. Probably you've seen the token.
Oh, yeah, I seen him stepping away. That's why I keep just like putting pressure on him.
Give me an insight check. You get the sense, you get he kind of gives off the emotional feeling of shame. Looks like a little bit guilty as he kind of answers this. He was murdered by his own brother, the one that rules in Castle Ravenloft. It was part of the sacrifice that must be made for Lord Strahd's power.
Where
Why do you have his eyes?
Why do you wish to know? Vasily is simply trying to return home from a business trade route.
Why do you have his eyes?
Yeah, you can give me an insight check. I'll just to kind of see how well you kind of discern his answer. Cool. No really subtle cues, so you can just read into it what you'd like. But as I said, perhaps Sergei and Vasily, you could see Vasily and Sergei is the same, but we are not the same.
Where is Sergei's body right now?
I do not know the specifics, but I believe, like him and all the royal family of the Von Servaches, they are entombed in the Castle Ravenloft. It has been a long time since I have been welcomed there.
What did Strahd turn you into a vampire?
Um, no, Strahd did not turn me into the vampire I am. Oh, I've spilled the beans. Well, perhaps you already spilled it all with your magic.
We already had a
So,
hunch.
did you take the agreement in the Amber Temple?
Well, you have been there then. That is
We
this.
have.
It looks like you took
I
an agreement.
mean, can't you tell? And I'll like put my hand towards Nisha, like hold my hand out towards Nisha.
Nice. Yes, well, it seems that you have made an agreement yourself. At a bit of a cost. Yeah. Well, at least there is more women to spare. Six-finger women's aside. You kind of see him take a few steps away from you after that.
Did you answer my question?
If you're wondering if I spoke to the vestige that resides in the Amber Temple, yes, I had. And yes, I had to make a trade.
Who did you trade?
Why does it matter to you?
It matters.
Was it this Serena?
I think I will be off now. I do not wish to have an investigation. I simply was walking through and decided to try to save you from this monster. You repay kindness with evil.
I
No, you repay
I
evil.
think you should answer, Vasily.
Like I said, I am not Sergei, and but I do had to sacrifice a brother.
Show your real face.
What do you mean, my real face? You see it. This is me, Vasili von Holtz.
You killed Sergei, didn't you?
All right.
I, a brother must make a choice. Life, love, power, business. At what cost he must absorb? At what cost have you all taken?
You made Argynvost undead. And Serva kind of just brandishes the death knell a bit. You are the reason I never saw the sun, aren't you?
I do not know what you're accusing me of. It seems that you are placing blame on me for someone else's actions. I did not know you until a few minutes ago.
I'll roll
Vasili.
inside.
Yeah, go for it. Yes.
Please just tell us why you look like Sergei. Are you related to Strahd?
You, Survey, you notice that he seems to be definitely put on the spot and nervous. You're not totally sure if he's lying or not, but you definitely get the sense that he's nervous and not quite sure how to answer your question sometimes. But he definitely thinks that your accusations are misplaced. Ewinreal, he responds, "Well, I admire Sergei. I did know him. Perhaps we are related. Our families are very old, and from a distant land. But more than anything, Sergei was my idol. I adored him. He was righteous, and glory, and charming, and handsome, a powerful warrior. Everyone loved him. He was so kind and honest."
And because nobody loves you, you're pretending to be him.
You kind of see him, like, you just hit him, like, at the core of his heart, perhaps. He kind of falters a bit. What have you said?
Did this Serena friend of yours like you or your lie?
I do not know. I do not know, but I was only trying to protect her. I was trying to send her home, and not have her stuck as I am, as you all are.
If you idolized Sergei so much, why would you go and turn yourself into a vampire, which is what Sergei fought and didn't think that Strahd.
It was a necessary cost. It was the only way. Have you not lost someone? Lost something that you wished for, your dream for, your whole life? And you only saw one way that might cost you everything to get it back.
Why? Why did you want it so badly?
It was the only way. The only way. That I could become better.
The only way for what?
Better for what?
Better than him. Better than Sergei. So that she would love me. So that I could have her as many times as she lived. Over and over and over.
That's all I needed to hear.
Who is she?
He begins to cast a spell. Anyone react?
Does what's his butt have any more counter spells? Dave is away.
Casimir does, I think.
That's what I meant.
You might can, depends on what happens here. He fails his counterspell. Vasili von Holtz goes invisible.
I will
I'll just try to dispel magic in that direction.
I was gonna say, right when I see him go invisible, can I just move forward a bit? I'm just trying to get him to, like, obviously damage him, so maybe he drops concentration.
Saw his whip, right?
What's that?
Saw his whip earlier, right?
You found his whip?
No, I saw it during the fight, right?
Oh, you would have seen the spike chain, yeah.
Cast locate object on it.
It's now 50 feet above you.
He's flying.
Hey, he did both real quick.
I'm going to throw an ice knife in that direction.
Yeah, go for it. Roll damage. No, you have disadvantage because it's unseen. Sorry.
Well, I already rolled it, so I can't use inspiration to make it normal. Okay.
Oh, it's a
Damn.
miss. I'm sorry, man.
Was I any?
Give me a wisdom check. Do you want to use your inspiration?
I will. Yes.
So you have advantage? Cool. So who you see appear above you flying is not Vasili von Holtz, but Strahd himself, 50 feet up. Well, my friends, perhaps the ruse is done. You have discovered my secrets, my pain, the one joy, my brother, my long-lost brother, the semblance that I could hold on my heart you have dispelled, and that will be the final straw. If you wish to face your doom, come to my home, and that is your only way out of this place. Remove the curse yourself, or become a part of it. So long, my friends. And he begins to fly up into the mist. Anyone do anything before he leaves?
Nah, I would take a shot, but it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah,
I'll just yell at him. Why would you help us?
you hear laughter, thundering laughter. Dimitri, your sunlight hit him, but it didn't hurt him, as you've seen Strahd happen in the past. Does it make sense?
What? Oh, wait, he was flying in.
Yeah, you would have been able to move the sunlight into his range as he flew up, but he wasn't damaged by it, if that makes sense. I wasn't ignoring your sunlight. It just didn't actually hurt him.
Okay.
I assume he's gone now.
Yeah, he flew off into the mist, which is about 60 feet up.
Perhaps.
So Dave's question is, did he have an illusion on an illusion when he dispelled the first
He had an illusion on his stuff, but he didn't have an illusion on himself. He was a shape changer.
Oh.
Well, maybe he's helping us because Captain Horngard was right. Maybe a part of Strahd actually wants to die.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe. Either way, we're gonna be the ones that make sure he does, right?
I think he's bored and he wants to be the one to kill us.
Maybe. Or maybe he actually let your Serena friend go.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, and the server will just go back to the skull. we're gonna find out.
Yes.
soon enough.
Let's get your comrades on board.
Right. So we can figure out what happened to yours.
Cool, cool. So it looks like we're hitting the road. So I believe that was our random encounter for that day. Everyone can take 700 XP for that encounter. In addition to what you've already taken from last session, like for the roleplay. We'll go one more hex before we end the day. Y'all were drilling him, but very good job. Kind of connecting the clues and the dots and figuring out what Vasili's story was. Very, very interesting component of this story. Let's start with Dimitri today. If you don't mind rolling our D20, our nighttime D20 encounter, random encounter. Oh, yay! Shit, I should have had more planned. I'm just gonna pull one of the ones that I thought we might do already. I actually have a nighttime one, but I didn't want to do it right here. We'll do this one. Vampire Snowman. As you're kind of reaching a crossroads of sorts, heading back towards down the mountain, down towards the main road, you come across this little ravine that has a wagon in it, and you see two huge beasts with massive tusks, huge ears, just ginormous creatures. One's head seems to be kind of like reared into the wagon, and it's rearing back and making this awful noise. It's this one. And you see the other one kind of braying at the wagon, kind of stomping at it with its feet. You see its tusk kind of shaking the wagon about. They're massive elephant-like creatures. They're mammoths.
That's so cool.
It looks like one beast is kind of trapped into like a bit of netting and something that's in the wagon itself. It has like its tusk tangled up.
Oh, it's trapped?
Mm-hmm. Or like caught up in stuff, and it's trying to like rip its way out.
Ewinreal, you speak wolf. I don't suppose that's a dialect of mammoth, is it?
No, I don't think so. But let's see if we can maybe set this beast free.
They're making quite a bit of noise, and kind of both their attentions are kind of towards the wagon.
Can I see can I see where they are stuck in the netting?
Yeah, you see the first one that's nearby you has its like right tusk like tangled up into something in the wagon. It's like the wagon got collapsed, and maybe all of the caravan top, like the canvas part, maybe got mixed up with some of the belongings inside the wagon, and its tusk is all caught up in that. And it's as it's like rearing back, the wagon is like coming off the ground and like getting stuck back in the snow, and then coming back off the ground and sticking back in the snow. It looks like it's quite damaged. The wagon is pretty much irreparable at this point. It's trying to smash its way through. As you turn the corner and kind of come within view, Serva, you see the one that's been kind of pawing at the wagon and trying to help its mate out, kind of rear up, and it looks over and gives this big warding call as it raises its heads up and rattles its tusks together.
I'll back up. Just like
Could
try to
somebody with a little literal firepower try to set the cart ablaze? Maybe it will break them loose and scare them off.
Wouldn't that just make them attack us?
I stand by what I said.
I I. Oh, hold on. Wait, which one's?
Well,
The one
they
that
should break free eventually. Maybe we should leave them alone.
as you can kind of continue to stare down, you see the one that wasn't tangled kind of stomp around, and it's like trudging its paw into the ground, like it's getting ready to charge, and it gives another big warning, like a bestial cry.
Can I try? I kind of want to I guess not that I have much experience with this, but Crocodile Dundee my way out of this and just kind of try and calm him down. I don't have any magical abilities to do so. Just seeing if I could calm him down, just from afar, putting up my hands or not trying to look big, not trying to look threatening.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to give an animal handling check and kind of describe what you're going to do.
Yeah, kind of slow movements. Just kind of it's all right. We're not here to hurt you. Just we can help you. Just speaking, even though I don't think they can understand, but calming words and everything.
Yeah, go for it. Give me Wow, yeah, they're
Ooh,
pretty.
could I assist him by healing them, casting a heal on them?
Yeah, you could try that. Are you also proficient in animal handling?
Probably not. No, but I'll just heal them directly then.
Maybe you kind of heal the one
I'll
that's.
cast a mass healing word so I can get them both.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Like I feel like the splinters kind of fall out of the one that's kind of raging and caught in the cart a bit, and it settles down a little bit, and the one that was pawing seems to stop, and then like slowly, kind of a little unsure why, it kind of begins to step forward towards you, Dimitri.
All right, stay calm.
And it sticks out its huge oh, man, I'm blinking on the word, the big nose on an elephant. What do you call it? Trunk.
Trunk.
Its trunk comes out and kind of like begins to sniff on your shoulder, and like it kind of lays down on your body a little bit, and it's very heavy. It kind of pushes your boots into the snow a good bit, and it begins to sniff all around your body. What do you do?
I'll be it's still slow movements. I'd be like, "Just see, I'm good. I can help free your companion. Your
It kind of continues to sniff around, and it kind of sniffs at at your belt, and it begins to like.
I'm gonna toss out some rations.
Cool. As you toss it out towards the first one, it it kind of like looks back a little bit, like rears up as you toss something suddenly at it, and like takes a step back, and they kind of hit the snow around, and it smells the rations a little bit, and does the trunk thing where it like sucks up some of the rations and sticks its mouth and begins to chew, and it's like sitting there chewing.
All right. I'm gonna slowly reach in my bag, pull out some rations, and I guess slowly try and maybe hold it out to this one, and then like grab a couple rations, so I can hold it some out to this one, the one that's in front of me that I'm gonna circle around, and then also kind of go and offer it to the other one.
Sure. It's still like thrashing a little bit as it's trying to get free, and you see like the wheels in the bottom of the wagon now are like completely shattered. At some point, it's just gonna like rip off and then have like this stuff all tore like tangled up into its tusk. But as you get closer and closer, the other one seems to be pretty intent with its new rations for the moment, at least.
All right. Yeah. I'll still slowly move over here. Try and calm this one down a bit more. Like maybe kind of hold out a ration, and try and calm it down so I can try and get close enough to cut the top, or you said it's like a canvas top?
Yeah, a canvas top that's now kind of all wrapped around its tusk and stuff.
Yeah, I'll see if I can calm it down a bit more so I can try and cut it off.
Sure, you give me an animal handling check, and you guys have done a lot of good things. You can do it with advantage.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
gonna
no.
use the luck point.
Go ahead.
Come on!
Oh no! Oh no!
I can only use one.
As you kind of jerk towards it, you kind of maybe get some food near, and it's just wild and raging. It's kind of getting infuriated at this canvas, and it smashes all the way through the wagon, and it breaks apart. And you see it rears its tusk up that are just all tangled and covered in this tarp. But it tries to kick out at you once with like its big hind legs.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
And this breaks the other one out of its contentness. And you see the one that kicked you begin to kind of run towards the south, and the other one's chasing after it. Does anyone want to do anything as they begin to run away?
Nah, I mean, as long as they're not attacking Dimitri.
As the other one goes by, it will kick out at you one more time, Dimitri.
No.
Oh no. That's a hit too.
Then they kind of
Death by kicking mammoth.
Oh my god, that almost killed me.
Nice. But they begin to storm away.
38 points play on hands for Dimitri.
How much?
38.
Okay, thank you.
Then they run away. One mammoth with a really awful thing on its tusk. Maybe it'll break free someday, but that'll be that encounter.
Oh. That could have gone better.
Well, yeah, but shows that you're real tough. You take 2 mammoth kicks, friend.
Or real dumb.
I'd rather not take any more kicks.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I've heard a horse's kick can kill a normal man.
you must be more than twice a normal man.
I appreciate the kind word. It's like got his breath knocked out of him for being kicked twice by a man.
It's okay. There's plenty of ice around. We can put some on that.
Like bent over, holding his knees, like, oh boy. It feels better, but I still can't breathe.
Vasili kind of moves up to you, and he seems to be in a little bit of interesting spirits today, but perhaps a bit of rest will help that. Unlucky friend, but you almost had it. I appreciate the kind gesture towards these poor beast. Oh, sorry, not Vasili. Rudolph. The
Well,
opposite of Vasili.
I figured, not everything here is terrible, and we should probably try and preserve those things.
You did good with that. Good also to see that they can hold their own.
They're very fine beast, wild beast. I hadn't seen such a thing before, but I'm glad that we saw them and could help them if only a little. I'm gonna give you guys half experience since you kind of made it but didn't quite do it. 460 XP piece. But otherwise, you're able to make camp, maybe this little ravine or somewhere nearby, and you're able to rest through the night and take a long rest.
Sweet.
Before we bed down, I'm gonna I'll ask Anisha dear, would you mind telling me a bedtime story? I'm feeling just rather bored, in need of Light in my life.
Are you with us, Nisha?
I know I'm here. I was kind of pondering a reply to that particular that particular thing. Perhaps you should just go to sleep and count some wolves there.
Uh, uh, Rudolph kind of speaks up. I have a story or two I could tell. I used to be pretend to be a bard, but maybe you all knew that.
Really?
Oh
That
well.
would be just so lovely.
You see him kind of pull an instrument out, and also like a bit of powder, and he throws the powder into the campfire, and like a bunch of like green smoke begins to pour out, and he kind of wafts it towards him, and like it comes up over his face, and he proceeds to tell a ghost story as he plays like this straining tune. Can you give me a wisdom saving throw, Winrel? Yeah, you're not affected by it, but not anything Rudolph is doing. Something totally distant, something maybe Vasili is kind of looking down upon, or who knows. But he begins to tell his ghost story, and it involves a strange land full of this dark, choking mist. And it doesn't take too many steps to realize that he's recounting your own story, each of your own stories, with a very mystified approach, and realize that your actual stories are pretty horrifying. And then he finishes up. I hope you enjoyed that.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you so much.
Sorry, my improv juices kind of got used up on Vasili. They'll rejuvenate shortly. Does anything else happen before bedtime? Cool. Well, you guys take your long rest, and next servo, we roll a d20 for our random counters for the next day. Oh no! Oh no!
We got it easy early on. Making up for it now.
I should have had more snowy maps planned. I had all these things, then we didn't roll like any of them. I was like, man, we'll just get rid of these. But I should not have done that. All right, give me a second to set this up. I got one.
It figures that we got like we were very light on encounters coming to the mountain, and now that we're on the mountain, and one of our party members is basically ineffective because of all the immunity that is when we're getting.
As you're going down the path a bit, um, you begin to hear these sleigh bells, actually. Like you make it to the main road, and as you're coming down towards the crosshairs, the crossroads of this path, you make it to about there, and you begin to hear this sledge with kind of a jingle bells rattling as it's riding towards you. It doesn't seem to be moving that fast, but a little, maybe slightly faster than you guys are going, coming the opposite direction. How do you guys react as you hear these bells coming your way? Yeah, totally 6 hours of travel.
Cool. I guess I'll just get ready to fight. Just looking around, trying to figure out where it's coming from.
Cool. So as you're walking down the path and going on and on and on, you see these two huge bear-like monsters with massive ram horns kind of curling off their head. Each of them have like a chest harness, and looks like they're drawing a sledge behind it, with a lady dressed in frozen blue robes. Her face is as blue as her robes, and her hair is white as the snow. She's carrying a big gray wood staff in her hand as she's riding along on the sledge. As she gets closer and closer to you all, you hear this voice, "Halt! Down!" And you see the Yeti, these massive beasts with manged falls kind of gnashing a bit. They begin to halt. And this lady calls out, "Ah, what are you doing clogging the road? I mean to be on business."
Well, we can let you through, ma'am.
Well, hurry on with it. Get out of the way, or Paul and Snap are gonna run you over. She begins to ride for. I'm guessing Nijin. Are you with us, Dave? Okay, cool.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no
I'm
worries.
still messing with.
No worries. No worries at all. They begin to like ride past, and then as they get almost just past, you hear a call, "Halt! Stop! Down!" And the Yetis both kind of come to a crunching halt, and the sledge shudders a bit, and she stands up. Wait! Who are you people? Why are you on Mount Kakis?
Just passing through. Had to take care of a few errands.
Go ahead, Dimitri. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. No, it was Serva answered already.
She kind of looks at you, Serva, like dead in the eye. These errands to fulfill that unquenchable appetite of yours.
I'm sorry.
Well, I just noticed. You know your friends all despise you for eating more of the portions than anyone else.
Huh?
At night, when you can't bear to wait for the meat to be cooked, and you eat it. They don't like that.
Are you calling me fat?
No, just wondering why. Why you are with them and they are with you.
Well, working together. We complement each other well. They're all smart, intelligent, able to fight at a range, and I suppose I can hit really hard, but that's all there is to me.
Oh, oh. Perhaps that is all there is to you. And you, and she points at Dimitri, why do you cover that handsome face of yours? Your friends have as many scars as you do. Maybe some aren't as visible. Don't you know they can't read you? They feel like you're a brick wall because of it.
Why I cover my face is my own business.
Keeping secrets and past pain from those you call friends is only creating divisive lines.
I'll take that into consideration, but we moved out of your way. Please be on.
Sorry, you don't see strangers like you all. I got a scent, you see. A scent. And I see what each of you have, but I don't understand why you are a whole. And you, and she kind of points to you, Elward, they're just getting in your way. You could do enough on your own. Why are you with them? They're holding you back, destroying your own plans. You know they don't believe who your puppets are, who they say. They think they're just toys.
Now, they can believe what they want. At the end of the day, we're all just toys in this place we call the world. But without me, there'll be no them.
Ah, martyr then. And you, and she points over to Ewinreal, you know, why are you with them? Why, don't you know it was their fault your wife died? They could barely even remember her name. They didn't care what happened to her. They left her in that house to rot forever.
I'll actually just turn and look at Dimitri.
I feel. I thought we talked.
And then she points finally at Nisha. I know why you're with the group. You're the only one that makes sense. Your goal might be fulfilled, but I don't know if the rest of them will come at a cost, though. So long, friends. Stay warm. Mush! And she begins to ride off.
What a weirdo.
No, she says a lot of truth.
Do I actually eat more than the rest of you? I'll tone that down.
Honestly, never noticed.
She probably just wanted to pick a fight she couldn't win.
And Winrow was just glaring at me from across the road. I thought she was next to me.
I get to be dumbly ignorant of that. No point in letting an old hag get under our skin.
When Rogue, it's not Dimitri's fault. If you were in that house, I don't think you wouldn't have survived either. we had to go through a strenuous ordeal, and we barely known your wife for about a day. So you can't hold it on too much for Dimitri. Let's stop this bickering.
Yes, it was our first encounter, and it was nothing anyone could do about it.
I just expect better from you, Dimitri. I mean, for some, it's expected.
We had this conversation already. It was a bit blunt on my part, and I apologized for that. But I didn't realize it was your wife. We talked about the house.
I recall.
Yeah, and to be fair, you've seen a lot of dumb stuff Dimitri does. You need to keep expectations low. And
He's getting better.
That's my expectation towards all of you. That way, you guys always surprise me.
I mean, my expectation is you to get swatted like a fly, but you haven't been yet.
My expectation is that you can't fit in your armor anymore, but you're athletic enough that it's just barely not popping off.
Yeah, say that again. We both know I could tear both your puppets and you in half. But that's not important.
All right. Clearly, she was just trying to get under our skins and make us turn on each other.
Besides, if she succeeded, we wouldn't have a chance against you know who.
There's no turning on each other. I've been watching my back since day one of this craziness. I can't trust you. You can't trust me. That's the best way it could go.
I think it goes in the other direction, Elwood. You've done much to earn my trust. And I know I've messed up before, so I guess that makes sense.
I'm guessing you didn't trust that Serena friend either?
I trusted her a little bit more than the others.
Now that's saying something.
But there was a low standard.
She we had a kinship for sure.
Yeah. Well,
who's to say I'm not using you all? And who's to say you're not using me?
Yeah. Who's to say it even matters? As long as we all get what we want, I guess.
Strahd through a lot of twists and turns and hidden traps against us. Who's to say someone here isn't his eyes and ears? Perhaps that's why he always knows where we are.
Or perhaps he always knows where we are because it sounds like he created this land and knows everything about it.
Well, if that were the case, I have to say, I don't think it's one of the longer standing members.
That's a bit of an accusation. But alright.
I'm not saying I think that's the case. I'm just saying if that Vasili was around us for a long time, I don't know why he would also need a inside person and then be around as Vasili.
Yeah.
I mean, none of us really know Van Richten, right?
Oh. I know of Van Richten, and I've read many of his books.
Well,
I
how do
don't
we
think
know he is Henrik?
Pardon. I say, that's right, you do not know me. And even if you have read my book, that does not mean you know me as a person. I have lived much longer than most of you. Well, not you. And he kind of gestures to the elves. But that does not mean I am untrustworthy. You all are the ones that I must stoop down to. Do you not see that? You have made choices that have cost each of you your values, your morals, even your lives and your well-being, those that you love. Do not question me.
it's mainly using the book as a point of reference. The books you wrote seem like you wouldn't side with someone like Strahd. That was more my point.
I agree. That is my main purpose on this land. I I quaver from it, but uh, it is it was my goal to come here and slay the greatest vampire of all time and end my story with a legendary kill. Rid this land of the
And
greatest evil it's seen, but maybe I will lose myself in this endeavor. I do not know anymore, to be honest.
I was about to say, friend, how'd that story go until you met any of us?
And anyway, who are you to judge us for making decisions? You came here on pride to kill Strahd?
It was from the good of my heart as well. These people are troubled. The Vistani are the only ones that are allowed to run free, the vermin that they are.
I agree. It is terrible, and Strahd's reign needs to end. But don't act like you came here straight out of virtue. You just said it from your own mouth. Pride is one of the factors that brought you here to kill him, to get your biggest kill. And you're going to judge us for decisions
And a
and
lot
look
of good
down on us.
and a lot of good that virtue's done you when we've been pulling most of the weight.
Huh. Fine. Fine. Then we will part ways as soon as we are off this mountain. I am done with this. I will sit and stew in my pride, as you have said. If you do not appreciate what I have offered you and guided you through, then fine. That is enough for me.
Look,
I did not say that we did not appreciate your help. Your help has been very good. It's been excellent. We probably would have succumbed to many of the dangers ahead. All I am saying is you want to judge us, and yet you need to look at yourself also.
Hmm.
we have one task. I think you do not respect my decision, but it's a means to an end, and I will do anything to help these people now. I don't have a life to live. I think you and I have some of the same values. You should stay with us. You can help us defeat Strahd.
I hope that maintains as all of your goals. That is where my doubts lie.
Well, I can't speak for everyone. It is my only goal is to help others and free
I
them.
want
Freeing them from Strahd is the only thing that really matters right now.
I want nothing more than to kill the devil.
Hmm.
With that goal, so be spreading lycanthropy.
That is a very good point. You have earned such a chalice. You've spoken of this. Why have you not gone to cure it? I would follow you in this goal. We could cure all of the lycanthropy. You have that gift. You earned it.
I'm not interested in curing people unless they want to be cured.
I see.
It's not necessarily a curse.
And who's to say the people that you give lycanthropy to won't use it for evil causes? Not all people are like you, Ewinreal.
Should evil lycanthropes come up, the Order will destroy them after I've rebuilt it.
I
It will
mean,
be
there are
like that.
evil humans too.
And the
I
Order will
don't
destroy
really
them too.
Right. I'm referring to Elward's comment. Anyone can be bad.
Exactly. But what if you give this gift, quote unquote, to the wrong person? Like
Anyone can
you easily gave
go
it to
out and
kids.
learn magic.
You easily gave it to kids. What's to say these kids aren't trouble then? In the future, start spreading lycanthropy.
They're in the pack. They'll follow the rules, or they'll be killed. It's a pretty easy to follow society.
I remember that awful child in the funhouse that was with me. You gave her the curse. What awful deeds would that child grow up to do? Cartwheels everywhere.
We can't judge anybody on their future decisions.
And don't expect to know him just as a kid. I wasn't exactly the best kid myself. Though I guess I'm not
She
that
will
great.
now. She now has a family who will guide her to goodness. What was to become of her without anyone loving or caring for her? She would have been far more likely to bring despair to the world if she was raised that way.
And what is to become of me if I don't bring back my sister? Do I just live in despair and start destroying the world?
You had a choice. You could have made the same choice as Nisha. You chose not to.
When I was going through a more intelligent, more just way without having to make much in the way of sacrifices. There's not much point in bringing back my sister if I'm to die. Then I wouldn't achieve my goal of being together.
Then why don't you just die and see her?
Because I want to see the world with her. Why don't you die and be undead with the rest of your order?
Because I exist to stop little freaks like you.
Very well. I see where this is going. Rudolph won't be the only one that'll be leaving the party after the mountain.
Well, how are we letting the words? You all need to put your egos aside. There is a mission that needs to be done. And at the end of that mission, we can all go about our separate ways. If we have these disagreements now, that's fine. You don't have to agree with everything. But together, we can stand a better chance of taking out Strahd than if we split up and go about our own.
Well, Van Richten has a point. If Elward's primary goal is not to defeat Strahd, then he could be a hindrance. What if he makes a deal with Strahd? What if Strahd offers to bring back his sister if he turns on us?
I don't think Strahd can bring her back.
We can deal with it then. Elward has done nothing except help us. Sure, he's been difficult sometimes, but we've all been difficult sometimes.
As much as I don't trust the little bugger, I know he's not dumb enough to make a deal with the devil. He's proven that.
We've
And
all
I'm
done.
not the only one who made a deal with some sort of entity back in the Ember Temple. You guys were very open to receiving gifts. At least Nisha had her reasoning.
Oh, I have my reasoning.
Well,
My life is over. A few extra fingers is a very small price to pay to help guarantee we can defeat Strahd.
Look, fine. I took the deal. A deal. But it doesn't matter, because I don't plan on leaving Castle Ravenloft alive anyway.
well then, I guess everyone here wants to kill each other, but... And Serva's gonna sit down for...
I don't want to kill anybody here. I would just
No.
like us to work together until we complete our... And then we can all go our separate ways and pretend we never met.
Perhaps. But at the very least, and she'll kind of look at everyone, can we agree on a ceasefire? That no matter what evil we see in each other, none of this matters if that devil remains. Elwood's plans, your lycanthropy, Van Richten's pride, the deals we made, bringing back your sister, Nisha, and the Order. None of it matters until we actually kill the vampire. Leave after the mountain if you wish, but at least keep fighting to stop him.
I don't want to kill you all. A fire blast would suffice, but not killing. I'll stay, because only if I die, my body won't reach to my sister. Only be recycled here in Barovia. And that's why I put Strahd above reviving my sister, because there'll be no point while I'm stuck here.
Attempt to fire blast all you want, but save it for the one we need to get rid of first.
As long as that is everyone's primary agenda, I'm more than happy to carry on.
What time of day is it?
It's pushing night, so let's call our break there as we bed down for the night. Yeah, very interesting. Bheur hag struck a chord, perhaps, but we'll come back at 17 minutes past the hour with our long rest, our nighttime encounters.
Cool.
Cool. See you guys soon. Cool. Welcome back, everyone. Anyone have any thoughts or lingering questions? You saw the XP I gave?
Yeah, the 1,000.
Indeed. Awesome. Yeah, I got some good XP for some really great roleplay. That was impressive. We've had some excellent roleplay this session and recently, all campaign.
Also, I saw that Matt posted it. That it's no hard feelings in RP.
I figured. I was just like, oh
Well,
man, I hope that didn't come off as like aggressive to anybody. I'd feel bad.
There's been
that
some
one dude.
bombshells dropped
when I-
today.
Except for that one dude when I tried to steal that dagger.
There's been some bombshells tonight. I think the biggest one that I still was like, I was like, oh damn, mic drop was when you go was to, well, when we thought it was Vasili, but it was like, is that why you did it? Because nobody loves you or whatever. I was like, oh damn.
Oh yeah.
It's like, that's harsh.
I think that surprised Lennon a bit too, because like there was like a pause.
Yeah, you guys were catching. I was trying to respond as narratively properly as possible, but also try to make it fun. Y'all had me on my toes with the Vasili thing.
I was gonna say, if Vasili wasn't already undead, that comment would have killed him.
It was very, very it's so hard to portray Vasili in that moment too, because I mean you guys have read a lot and you might continue to read more, but it's, you're getting to see a side of Strahd that's not just the monster, but the other sides. He feels maybe a bit of regret and loss for his brother, and that manifests itself in Vasili. Even if all the charades that Vasili goes about, is kind of the cover up, but very interesting. I hope you guys had fun with that.
Over the table, we got. Is Serena dead? Like, is that what we're thinking now? Or
I don't think we know.
Over the table, I have my doubts that she's still alive, but Dimitri doesn't know. He's unsure also. He's unsure of her fate at the moment.
Elward, I will totally give you some bonus points in some form or fashion when you use Morgantha's book of jokes with Jack, if you actually make a pun up. The more groans it receives, the more bonus points you get. Cool. Cool. Yeah. So that was our daytime encounter. We've had every encounter so far. Random encounter has been a possible one, but we're now back on the main road, so their chances are a little lower. Let's see. Server rolled last. Elward, do you mind rolling our d20 for our nighttime encounters tonight? Right? I think server roll last, or did Elward roll last?
I did. I rolled the old lady and the Yetis.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't roll yet. Let's see.
Whew. We can have a night of peace, just to stew on all these emotions and feelings we vented out to one another. The real divisive lines pointed out to us, and only exasperated by our conversations, maybe. Whether or not we can move together as a unit to this mission, this universal mission we have, or if our differences and our pains might separate us, we'll have to wait and see. But thank you. Go ahead and roll a d20 for our daytime encounters, Ewinreal. Yeah. Especially Monopoly.
I got Uno, first draw 4. That's it!
Or if you play like the stackable mode, where like you can put a draw 4 on top of another draw 4.
Don't talk to me about stack mode. I hate that.
I love stack mode.
there's a mode that's not stack mode. I thought that was just how the game was played.
That's just a house rule. In the normal Uno, you don't stack draw twos.
Yeah, and that's what I was for the longest time. Got to college and someone played Uno and they played a draw four and I played a draw four and I was like, suck it. And they're like, that's not in the rules. And I was like, oh no, Uno is not as fun.
What is in the rules is calling bullshit on a draw four though, and that's
pretty fun, yeah. If they play and they could have played something at like another color or number or whatever.
I think it's only color. Like it doesn't in the official rules. It's only if they don't have because that's what you're changing is the color.
Cool. So if it's like a red and they had a red in their hand, they play those draw four. They screwed up if you call BS.
Yeah, and then it's like instead they have to draw four, but if you called wrong and they didn't, then you have to draw six. So it's like a bit of a.
That's nice. Now I gotta go play some Uno. This is terrible. That day goes uneventful. I have a feeling we probably all love card games and board games since we're playing D&D. Nisha, we roll our D20 for our nighttime encounters. Ooh, thank goodness. I don't have too many more prepared, so hopefully there's not a ton more. I'm glad our percentage is like averaging out now. That night will go uneventful. Another long rest goes by. So you guys have had several days now, about 3 days travel. I don't know how your books. I think some of your books are about done, right?
I think it's like 12 hours left.
12 hours.
12 or 18.
One is like 48 hours, and then one's like a whole week or something. I can't remember, but I'm trusting you guys to track those.
Yeah, I think mine is maybe the week.
Mine's 48.
Okay, cool. All right, the next day we'll get to go 6 more hexes. 1, 2, 3. We're not going slow because we got the nice sleigh that we built and the warhounds, the mastiffs. I'm sorry. All right, we get to about there. You're gonna see the beginning of the Luna River and the Solinka Pass, the big massive bridge that you crossed over and had that really interesting encounter on. Next will be Dimitri, if you don't mind rolling our d20s for that nighttime encounter. Cool. That trip will go uneventful. And the next day, sir, do you mind rolling a d20 for our next day's random encounters? Awesome. So we make our way down onto the Solinka Pass. Let me shift you guys to that map real fast. Do we have everybody? Yeah, it looks like. Oh, I always forget your puppets, Elward. But if you'd like to drag a puppet or two out, you're more than welcome to. As you're coming over the bridge and kind of crossing over with the river roaring 500 feet below you. Let's see. Ewinreal and Dimitri, you don't really know. Oh, what do I have wrong there? Do I have Oh, my bad. Too many token changes. And look, I've got the old Nisha one. That's how long ago I had this map reset. That's funny. I didn't even have the new Serva one. As you're going along, you don't notice too much specifics, but you kind of get the sense that something's off about the bridge, about the gates and the archways. You pass under them, on Ewinreal and Dimitri. Just something stands out as it looks a little different to you.
The gate, this gate.
Both of them, the one down the way and the one that you've already crossed under. The bridge still has like this big chunk missing, but it's plenty sturdy.
think that old friend we fought here might be around?
Not sure.
I think he's waiting for us.
Can I some sort of check, like?
As you mention old friend, it kind of carries across the wind, and you hear a voice. If you mean an old friend, perhaps I'm who you're talking about. I finally caught up with you all.
Oh, this fucking guy. What? What?
What?
Is that Serena?
It's Jared.
Oh damn!
Jared.
It's good to see you all. I did not think that you would
Do people
come.
know who?
Yeah, Dimitri. Dimitri and Edward.
A lot like almost this whole campaign. Edward's trying to keep like a straight face, but like Edward's face is super confused.
Jared, is that really?
Yes, who else would it be? You can see me, all right? Where's Jensen?
Oh,
I'm going. Oh, hold on.
Ooh,
Well, no,
Edward's
yeah.
gonna take out a coin, Dimitri.
you guys keep
No.
naming people.
Hold on. Oh, hold on. Jared, we have something to. We have something to tell.
Hold on there. You see, I don't want you to get caught up in this. I haven't crossed for a reason, and I don't want you to fall for it as I almost did. Stay back for a moment if you don't mind.
Can I roll insight on this right now?
Yeah, of course. I see you pick up some new friends. Yeah, he seems to be speaking the truth.
All right.
Oh. Yeah, you totally sense some undead nearby. And fiends. At least three within your radius.
To meet everyone, we've got some company. Am I able to tell the direction of them?
Let's see.
Or I don't think that tells me. I think it just says if I detect them.
You know the location of any celestial fiend location. Yeah, you get the sense that there's an undead around where Jared's at, and that there are two fiends up on the archway behind you.
I think your friend's not among the living anymore.
Jared, I don't think that's you, is it?
Why do you keep hesitating on my question? Where's my brother?
Let me come to you first.
You're going to fall for what I have already fallen for. I do not wish that.
What have you fallen for? Why don't you just tell us?
What have you done with my brother? Is the question.
We haven't done anything with your brother. If you are really Jared.
I am Jared. Can you not see me here? My flesh is before you.
Jared, when we first met, do you remember the interaction you first had with Ada?
Yes, of course I do. Of course I do. Indeed. A very beautiful lady.
Yeah, I'm gonna start backing up.
I'm gonna pull out the sun sword and just start moving forward.
As you do, Jared steps around the corner, and you see his eyes begin to burn with these two beads of red light. And he kind of rushes forward a bit, dragging this woman behind him. She's bound and gagged, and she seems to be bruised and beaten and barely alive.
Oh no.
Is she green?
In
The one with the
fact,
hard name.
Esmeralda.
Morale.
He pulls out his dagger and holds it to her throat and leans her off the edge of the bridge. And he speaks in a bit of a deeper, graveler, more intoned voice. Ah, it did take me some time to catch up with you. Ha! I knew this ruse wouldn't last long, but I thought it'd be fun. It was good such a body was nearby after you destroyed my last one. Now, toss me the sword, or I'll toss her.
Captain?
What's up, pup? It seems like you've gained some feathers.
Captain, we have the skull.
You should have left it where you found it.
No. You don't dictate what Argon Voss does. Let her go.
Ha! Be careful with your choice of words. One more slip like that and I will have to let her go. And he kind of shoves her a little bit over the railing.
How? I'm gonna take a look back at Rudolph. How is he reacting?
He seems to be gripping the railing and sweating and biting his teeth. Please. And he kind of collects himself. He takes a deep breath. Please, Dimitri. I cannot lose her. She is like a daughter to me. I will not lie to myself anymore. The Vistani have nothing wrong with him. Esmeralda has shown that. Please, just give him the blade. Surely you do not need it.
I'd like to ready an action that if he drops her, that I'm going to jump off the bridge.
Okay.
She's the only reason we're not blasting you down right now. You drop her or kill her, we have a fine line to shoot you down.
Ha! You think I'd be so foolish to let... Oh, sorry. You think I'd be so foolish to let you shoot me and destroy another body? Huh. Throw the sword and no one gets hurt. Anymore, that is.
The skull is returning to the Order, Captain.
I do not care what you do with that. My
The rest
mission
of
is
the Order
set.
will be freed from you.
Maybe. Maybe not.
I'll turn to Serva, and I'll try to quietly say, "Is there any convincing him?" And I'll give her a meaningful stare. Or do we kill him right here? Those are the only options.
Please, he might drop her if you. She's barely teetering there. Do not put Esmeralda at risk.
He's your shadows.
Captain, you've lost your way. I suppose it's up to me to save Barovia from Strahd and from you.
If you can't, see that some oaths must be broken, and some renewed, some new than others, and you've lost your own way before you even found it.
I've got a better hold of it than you do, obviously.
How is he holding on to Esmeralda right now?
He's kind of like holding her. He's behind her, and he's got his dagger up to her throat, and he's kind of leaning her across, like leaning her over the balcony, leaning over the railing. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
So he'd have to like hoist her a little bit and throw her over, or just kind of like topple her over.
Who's got a whole person?
We got a lot of things. Someone just got to do something.
I'm gonna count to 10. If you haven't thrown the sword, either over the bridge into the water below, or over to myself, She's going down.
I'll give you
10,
the sword.
Look,
Dimitri, hand it to me.
9,
I'll give Dimitri a week.
8.
sorry, what? Give me a week. What?
A wink.
I'll hand it to Serva.
Not any closer. 7. 6.
All right.
As you
I've got
move
it,
closer,
I've got it.
he begins to push her over the edge. I told you no closer. Toss it now or I toss her.
I'm close enough. And I'm going to use Paralyzing Gaze.
It does. As you do so, it doesn't work. He's immune.
Oh,
That's your last chance. And he tosses her
Can
over.
I?
Roll
I was gonna
initiative.
say, can I run?
And he cuts her throat.
Oh,
Can,
that got dark.
Sorry. I'm really sorry. But it's what he would do. Roll initiative.
I'm going to use Inspiration. Roll.
And you see the no, I guess you don't see them yet. You have everybody?
Yep.
Cool. Alright. So essentially it was a ready to action as he had. So she gets her throat cut and he tosses her.
can I?
Go ahead. Can you what?
I was gonna say, is there any chance of me getting over there to try and catch her?
Not unless you have a reaction. It's like something that can do it as a reaction. Because he had essentially a ready to action.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. She falls pretty fast. I think in 6 seconds someone can fall 500 feet.
Or is she already falling, or is she about to fall? Is that what it is?
We'll say she's 200. She like fell and she's like, it's this turn and she falls like half the way there. So she's like 200, 250 down. No feather falls, I guess.
Because I was gonna
No,
try to,
unfortunately not.
because it's not a reaction, but I was gonna try to jump off and just fly and grab, but I guess we can't do. I guess I can't do that. I don't think I'd be able to do that on my turn.
I'm really sorry, guys. He essentially coup de grace her. Dimitri, becomes your turn.
I'm going to. Oh boy. I'm gonna run past Serva, grab the sword. If she like, let's.
Yeah, I would.
And then as I pass her, I'll just say, go get her.
All right.
And then I'll run up to here. And activate the sword and take some swings.
Go for it.
Two hands on it.
Cool. Oh yeah, both those are hits.
So it's 19 and 9, so 28 damage. And then yeah, I'll use Action Surge and lay in a couple more times.
The 28 is definitely a hit. So 12 or 8?
It's 12 because it's the radiant from the Sunblade.
Cool. But you're two-handing it, right?
Undead. Yeah, two-handing it. So it's the 8.
Plus 4, 12. Cool.
It's really crappy when the one-handed roll is higher than the
Yeah,
two-handed roll.
I know. I tend to leave that, like, if I'm gonna do that, like have one roll as a one-handed, one as a two-handed attack, you know? That way I don't see that.
Right. I said two-handed, and then I'll yeah, I can't do sneak attack.
As you slash across him with your radiant sword, it seems to cut through the flesh, and just like black ichor kind of flies into the air as it dissipates. Radiant being pretty effective. Yeah, you can. If you have Featherfall, you can use it as a reaction. Go ahead, sorry, Dimitri.
And then I guess can I try and do like a, I don't know, would it be a bonus because it would be like an unarmed? Could I try and like unarmed kind of like Sparta kick him back 5?
Like a shove action?
Yeah, I guess basically I'm just you know, or is that an?
It'd have to be one of your attacks.
Okay, then never mind. Then yeah, then. Yeah, Rictavio doesn't. All right, sorry.
No worries.
Done.
Casimir's turn.
Casimir just saw an innocent woman. I'm not sure if she would have known her at all.
Probably not.
He will. Oops, sorry. Not sure why he cast initiative. He will point a finger and let loose a level 4 magic. And then I have to activate AFK, unfortunately, because the baby's crying. So.
No worries at all. This hit. The first one is a what? 3 times 6. Okay, 18. As all those magic missiles strike into Vladimir, he gets smacked over and over and over with his force bolts. At the end of Casimir's turn, it's one of the statues behind all of y'all appear. It begins to animate and shake loose the stone. And it is this great flying beast with a huge beak and claws. I think I have a handout. I do. And the first thing it does is it kind of flies off the banister, which is about 15 feet up. I'm going to put its token like right here, but it's just above. It's actually between. It's directly above, kind of like Casimir and Nisha and Ewinreal and Elward, and it screeches down. All things within 20 feet. So I think everyone but Dimitri and Serva will need to give me a con save as it screeches out this horrible, horrible sound.
Serva, do you have your inspiration?
Yeah. I'm going to give it to. No, I use mine for initiative, so nope.
Okay. Well, no, because I don't want you to get stunned, so I'll give you.
Oh no, I'm not in the range, is what he said.
Oh, okay, never mind.
He said everyone but me and you.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll. What do you say? Constitution. Okay, never mind.
You're all good, Elward? Unfortunately, you're stunned, Ewinreal. You're all good, Rudolph? I'll roll for, I'll roll for Casimir and Nisha. Oh yeah, Casimir is stunned. Oh, cool. And, was that Nisha's save? I think it might have been. Cool. Both Nisha and Casimir both stunned as well. Alright. That is that for Ock's turn. Rudolph, becomes your turn.
Yeah, he's gonna rush forward too. He can just get to there. Seeing as Esmeralda just got thrown off.
Oh yeah, he's furious.
He's going to stab a couple times.
$17 is a hit.
That does an extra 3d6 because he's undead. So just 14.
Nice.
And it's silver, so yeah.
Fully effective.
And then that is... Yeah, because he doesn't have many reactions, or doesn't have many bonus action stuff, so... He's going to... Yeah, that's his...
Elward, becomes your turn.
Okie dokie. We're in some deep seas. Okay, the rock is 15 feet above me, right? So
Right.
I'm gonna use my movement to get out here, hopping and skipping over to stunned people, paralyzed people. Happy Jack's gonna fire off a firebolt at the flying rock.
Cool.
Oh, while I was in the bridge, I'll look over at the other side. Is there another rock on top of the bridge?
Yeah, there's another bird beast, and that's what you kind of make the mental connection. What used to be knights there, like knights on horseback, are now these giant bird-like gargoyles.
Snap. Okay.
Sorry, it was passive perception 18.
No worries. Firebolt at the one that was screeching at us.
12. They have pretty low. No, that's a miss, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate. Bonus action, I will increase the AC of Ada to my intelligence modifier. And that'll be my turn.
Boom, boom. Serva, becomes your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna jump. I don't assume I can fall as far as Esmeralda's gotten, but I'll let myself fall a bit and activate the wings, and just because that's 50 feet of flying speed, and I'll take the dash. Oh, sorry.
You can hop off the railing and let yourself fall with gravity up to 500 feet and then fly. It just would take an acrobatics to like jolt yourself back up.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Sure. Yeah. Do you want to fall level with Esmeralda?
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Cool. 250. So we'll make the DC maybe 15. So give me acrobatics check to see how well you.
I'll give you inspiration.
Okay, thank you, because I have a minus in that.
Oh no. Let's see.
Right.
You go to fly, you go to like hop off, and you kind of misjudge as the wind picks up, and that kind of a bit of snow catches in your eye or something, and you accidentally fall like 400 feet down instead of 250. But you finally get yourself untangled before you find the ground and smack down on it.
Okay. I imagine that's a lot of damage.
No, you didn't hit. You caught it yourself before you hit all the way down. It's 500 feet down.
Okay. So, but even if I dash, that's only 100. So I guess I'm just going to try to dash to get under Esmeralda to catch her.
Okay, cool, yeah. At the end of your turn, another statue animates into another Varrock. And this one kind of sees what's going on, and it's going to fly down to the bottom, like right here. So it's level with the bridge. It's like actually where it's at. And you see kind of its wings flap, and all of these greenish spores come flying out of it, like little tiny mushroom heads, and sticks to Ewinreal, Nisha, Casimir, and the two and Ada and Jack. So this cloud of toxic spores extends out. I need Constitution saves, unless you're immune to being poisoned, which I think the puppets are. So Constitution saves from Nisha, Casimir, and Ewinreal. And you guys might have some sort of advantage or things. I'm not sure what kind of bonuses you guys have. Dave, are you with us?
He is not.
Okay, I'll roll the con for him. Looks like only Nisha is affected by this. Okay, cool. So Nisha takes some poison damage at the start of their turn. That is that Varrock's turn. At Vladimir's turn, Esmeralda is falling down. So at this point, Esmeralda will like hit you. You flew up 100 feet, so she flew 350 feet down. No, 200, 300. Yeah, 300 feet down. Give me an athletics check. We'll make it DC 17 to see if you can catch her. You're gonna still take some bludgeoning damage. Oh no! She just waylays into you for quite a bit of damage. Oh my gosh. And then she continues to fall and, oh no. This is probably a horrible sight. Alright, 1d6 for every 10 feet, so it's 30 d6. That's how much bludgeoning damage. It's this body that's just catapulting down from this. It smacks into you, and you kind of get shifted a bit and all around, and you get a bit dazed. You keep your flight ability, and the body of Esmeralda tumbles down and smashes into the earth below and kind of shatters a bit, creating a big crater in the snow below. Alright. I did not mean for this scene to get that brutal, but here we go. Vladimir kind of looks out towards Dimitri and Rudolph. Aha! You brought the sword to me. Time to take it off your greedy hands. And he begins to cast a spell. Casimir is stunned, so he can't. I don't think anyone else has counterspell, so it'll go off. And we'll see part of the effect of him abandoning his oath. The Undead Knight. As a destructive wave of black energy fires out from Vladimir, the once Jared. I'm pretty sure it's only going to be... Yeah, I need con saves from Rudolph and Dimitri. You save? So I think it's half damage on a save. Let me double check.
I don't know.
Let me double check. Half as much damage and isn't knocked prone. on a save. So 8 and 6, so 14 damage. 8 thunder and 6 necrotic, and you're not knocked prone. And Van Richten takes all 29 and is knocked prone. And you see, you see the dagger that he was holding. It begins to extend itself and becomes his massive greatsword that he'd wielded before. That's Vladimir's turn. Nisha, she's stunned. She takes some damage at the start of her turn. 6 poison damage. Ewinreal, your turn. You are also stunned. I'm sorry. Dimitri, your turn.
All right. They're going for broke. Pulling out Matilda. I'm gonna take a couple shots with her, and then offhand Sun Sword. And then they're just at normal because of the perk I have on.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a double violent on the first shot.
17's a hit.
All right, so that's 18, and then I'll add sneak attack to that, which is 2d. So 22 on the first shot. The next one's just going to be a single use of violence.
Fifteen's a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll use a luck point when I want it to hit.
Becomes it.
So I'm assuming just use the first damage, so it'd be 26 damage on the first on the.
Indeed. Funny, it would have been the same either way, but yeah, let's take the first damage.
Oh yeah, look at that. And then offhand with the sun sword.
You got him in the red. He looks injured. He couldn't heal back from the. He's gonna parry this one though, as he uses his reaction. He couldn't parry your Matilda shots. I think it's just parry. I don't think it's counter. Yeah, it's just parry.
Okay.
He swings and blocks with his great sword.
Yeah, I got nothing for that. He just gonna block it. In that case, just trying to make sure I have used up all my action. Yeah, that's it. I'm done.
Cool. Casimir is still stunned. Oh. This Varaka is going to go. And everything will be not stunned at the end of this turn. It hasn't used its spores yet, but I think it's going to come down since it's got so many stunned targets. It's going to go for 1, 2, 3. It's going to come for Ewinreal. This rock comes and perches itself on top of the bridge.
Never mind. I thought I was gonna go for Mijur.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I just rolled randomly. It was gonna go for one of the stun targets. It tries to attack Ewinreal, who's stunned, so it has advantage. It tries to bite at you with its devilish beak, demonic beak, not devilish. That'll hit. It's not magical, so it's halved. 17, and you have heavy armor master, right?
Correct.
So it's 17, 14, halved, 7 damage, and then it attacks with its talons. It tries to scratches across you. 20 for you, I think, is a hit. Yeah, just a hit for 6.
Yeah.
No, for 9, 4. And
Okay, 11 total.
Correct. And at the end of its turn, all of those, your ears were ringing, you just couldn't move, you kind of felt yourself locked up. You kind of regain your senses, you're now no longer stunned.
Yay!
Rudolph's turn.
He's gonna stand up. He's gonna move around back. I know we don't do flanking, but still.
Yeah.
Just let's see here.
I think we should totally do the +2 bonus, and if we could play another campaign, I like the +2 bonus.
Yeah, it makes flanking feel special without like really overpowering. But yeah, just a couple more stabs with the sword.
That's a hit. Can't react. The first one's a hit.
So it's 17 total damage. And then that is... Yeah, that's Rudolph's turn.
Elward, becomes your turn.
Let's see. Ada will move up, so she's going to be able to protect everybody. Okay. Yeah, this one's within range, so but let me use Happy Jack first. I'll fire off the firebolt at this one that's Wellsworn, the one at ground level.
Cool. They're both at ground level now.
The one closest. Oh, these firebolts aren't hitting.
Dang, 10 is a miss.
Then Ada's gonna try to grab its leg so it can't move away with our Iron Maiden.
Nice, go for it.
Ooh, oh, rolls today.
Another miss, unfortunately. It's just hard to grab onto this big creature.
Fight is looking like a pickle. Okay. That's my turn. Okay.
Serva, you just got smacked by this falling body of Esmeralda. What do you do?
Let's see, how far down am I again? Like 300 feet?
300.
I guess I'm going to dash up another 100 feet to get 200 feet from the bridge. Because that's really all I can do, because I only got so many turns of flight. So yeah, we're just going to dash to make it 200 feet.
Cool. This Varrock is going to go. It's still fluttering, like flying, but it's just on level. And it's going to use its screech as it sees more kind of things kind of animating and moving towards it. It screeches out quite loud, and it's not very intelligent, so it might have affected the other thing. It might have, actually. Okay, each creature within 20 feet. Yeah, so I think... stop that. You're just within range, Elward. And so is the other... I need con saves from everyone but Serva, Rudolph, and Dimitri. The other Varrock is unaffected. Nija is unaffected. Casimir is affected, though. Only Casimir is affected. Nice. You guys, your ears are still kind of bloodied and kind of the sound isn't getting through very well. Since Casimir's ears are cut off, his are not protected well. That's that Varrock's turn. Vladimir is going to go.
That sword will be mine to torment Strahd with, no one else's.
As a bonus action, he casts this. Don't ignore the damage right now. We'll take the damage if he hits, but it's just he's concentrating as he kind of rubs his hand over his greatsword and casts a spell. And he's going to swing twice at you, Dimitri.
Yep.
Oh no.
I'm gonna use a luck point and re-roll.
Can you apply luck to an enemy?
Yeah, only if it affects me though.
Okay, cool. That is a very good use of a luck point because it would have critted the staggering smite as well.
Yeah.
20 to hit.
That's still a hit.
Okay, so we'll just take the damage that was rolled, and I need a wisdom saving throw. As you get smashed with 35. You save 35 damage, magical slashing, and some psychic.
What's the save for then?
16, DC 16.
Yeah, it was 18. Oh, does that not save for damage?
Oh, hold on. Yeah, let me. Sorry.
Most damage on smites aren't halved. It does the damage no matter what. It's just that you make the save for the effect.
Right. Yeah, it does extra damage no matter what. The target is a failed save. It has. You would have had disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks, and can't take reactions until the end of the next turn.
Okay.
But you're all good on that. And then he swings again.
Okay. That's another hit.
For 19. And you're not Strahd, so he doesn't do the extra damage.
Thank God, because I'd be dead.
He's just going to step off and kind of like gain his ground a bit. That's him. Nisha, becomes your turn. Is Dave back or no? No? Cool. Nisha is kind of sees what's going on. Oh, she still takes some... Let me roll a con save, actually, because of the poisoning. She should have... Yeah, she wouldn't have been poisoned anymore at the end of her last turn. Alright. I think she would go for broke with the situation. I think she'd step over here and cast Cone of Cold. Is that cool with y'all? On this with her wand?
Yeah, I think that's something she would do. On what?
On this Varrock over here?
I mean, she might. I don't know if she would try and angle it so it could hit this Brock and Horn Guard. Or not Horn Guard.
Could she do that? She could do that. Yeah, she could, couldn't she? Let's just pop it out. 60 foot. Some very subtle casting, which is kind of her gig. She could totally do that.
I just feel like that's something Dave would try, is get them both.
Oh yeah, of course. I just didn't think she could have angled it right without hitting any of you guys. But she totally can. Here's that spell with her wand. With her Staff of Frost. And give me some con saves for the Varrock. And her elemental resistance bypasses the Varrock's cold resistance. She didn't roll any ones. So it takes half damage, but it's not half because of resistance. So it's 15 damage on the Varrock. And on Hornguard, he's not resistant or immune. But he saves as well. He takes 15 cold. Pretty nice. Ewinreal, becomes your turn. you with us, Winrel? Okay. I have a feeling she'd want to use this spell that she's been waiting to use for a while. While being in melee range, she's going to cast Spirit Guardians at a higher level. She gets both Vroks in there. Since that was an action, and that'll be her. Dimitri.
All right. But how how rough is he looking?
He looks pretty rough. His body, like Jared's whole body, is kind of like battered and smashed. You kind of see half of it is frozen, but the red eye is still burning strong in the skull.
All right, here we go. Yeah, we're gonna. I'm gonna stow Matilda because I'm only doing two-handed attacks with the Sun Sword at the. Because I'm gonna use second wind, try and regain some health. All right. Better than nothing. And then yeah, I'm just gonna swing two-handed with this one.
It would have hit, but he's gonna parry. So he'll use his reaction to parry.
Yeah, is that for one hit or the turn?
Against only one attack.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, one melee attack.
All right, then he'll just swing again.
That one becomes a hit.
For 26.
That is a solid hit as you cut through him.
And then I used my bonus action already, so I can't really do anything. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and hope to survive. Because that's about all I can do right now.
Casimir's still stunned. This Vrok is gonna go. Let's see. It hasn't used its spores. It wasn't very effective last time, so it kind of. Let's just roll to see if it recharges. It does not recharge. Doesn't matter. The Vrok is going to continue to attack into these creatures in front of it. Oh, it has to take a Wisdom save too for the Spirit Guardians. It passes. So I'll Dave, I'll let you control Ninja and Casimir again, and I'll just keep up with Ewinreal.
Oh, sure. No problem. Let me, sorry, I gotta reopen these windows here. Alright, okay, we got Rock, Serva not doing so hot, Dimitri,
Oh, no pressure yet. I got Ewinreal. I just letting you know that I was going to let you take back over Casimir and Anija. She just used a Cone of Cold using her staff to hit Vladimir in the Vrok.
okay, and it looks like, okay, looks like Casimir's got the I assume the rocks are.
Say that again? Oh, Casimir's stunned right now.
Flying.
Yeah, the one is flying. Casimir is stunned currently, but will be not stunned at the end of the next.
Oh, gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
yeah, the one to the left of Ada and Casimir is flying. The other one is on the bridge currently. It's going to try to attack Ewinreal as it gets smashed by the spells that are kind of hurting it. It makes a multi-attack. And indeed, it'll have disadvantage, right? Yeah, disadvantage. First, it'll attack with its beak. 16 is a miss, and then with its talons, and 12 is a miss. And it's going to try to fly up. It's going to fly up about 15 feet. Ewinreal and Nisha can both take opportunities attack if they wish. Does Nisha want to take an opportunity attack?
Yeah, I can swing out with a lowly dagger that I have for walking.
That is a hit though, and Ewinreal as well. Is your dagger magical? No.
No, it's just a plain old dagger.
Still takes a bit of damage. Cool. That's for Nocturne. Rudolph.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So you know his personality a bit better. Would he try and kill it off, or would he try and heal Dimitri so we could both kill it off?
He would be berserk mode right now. He just like this guy just murdered his daughter, essentially.
Oh right, yeah. Okay, yeah, cool. So silver sword attack. Hopefully they hit.
I'm sorry. I hope it doesn't bite you in the butt. Both of those are hits. And he can't parry because it's already parried. Do you want to describe the kill?
Oh man. You can go.
Rudolph is just stabbing over and over with his silvered cane. His silvered short sword, as the weapon is blurring in and out of Jared's tattered body. The eyes kind of just begin to it's just cutting and away, and the whole body begins to kind of fall to the ground as chunks go flying off the bridge, just black blood splattering, until the body itself begins to crumble away into dust. And you just see those red eyes floating up, and Hornsguard's voice kind of says one last thing.
I will be back. The sword will be mine.
And Rudolph kind of stabs at where the eyes are, and they seem to fade away. They actually kind of dart off into the distance.
Okay. Then that is. I guess he would just move to here. And I mean, he would. So does he have the equipment that's listed on his character sheet?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, totally.
Like under the special equipment?
Yeah, the scroll and the hat of disguise and all that stuff.
All right, cool. So he would still look over and kind of yell out to Serena or Serva, not Serena. Wow. Please, still, grab her, and then on his way over to the Vrock, and then that would be his.
Elward.
Here we go. The upper part of Happy Jack's mouth and head opens up, and he sticks his arm into his mouth and pulls out a book. And he reads this book. And towards the rock at the south, who's currently flying, Happy Jack will say, "Hey, what did one rock say to the other rock while waiting for the party to get to the bridge? Psst, hey, is that you?" And I cast hideous laughter.
I love it.
Saving throw.
I'll give you another DM inspiration for the excellent pun, and I can be charmed. It's a wisdom save?
Yeah.
It has advantage on spells and stuff like that. Magical effects.
I think it's safe on the book. Yeah, I think the book has its own separate DC.
Yeah, usually those items do. I can't remember what the...
Boop-a-doop. Get this,
DC... No, using your spell save DC. So whatever your DC is.
my DC. Oh, I didn't update it. 1 second. If I hit level 9. Oh, now it passes. My spell save DC would have been 16.
Okay, just a pass.
Oh, shucks. Oh, well. Well, I'll use my DM inspiration to say that the other rock herd chuckled a little, which will give Ada advantage to try to grab onto.
Nice. That is a hit, as you mangle into it.
It's currently restrained. Takes 2 points of damage. And then, of course, Hepcheck will eat the book back into its stomach. And that's the turn.
Very nice.
Everyone's a critic.
You might have heard it. You're like 200 feet down. You're kind of flying as fast as you can up. Maybe you. I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think also because I know that it only lasts a minute, so it's 200 feet up. So that's I've got 8 rounds of it left, and then it's 3 back down. Yeah, I guess I could get her.
You could always try to fall again and acrobatics check it.
No. Not after what happened last time. So, let's see, because that's 3 plus 5. Because on the 5th turn, I guess I could just dash and just make it, like, on top. So, yeah. So I've got 8 turns, and that's 800 feet. So I should be able to do that. So.
Cool.
Because it only lasts a minute, right?
Right, I think so. So 10 rounds.
Yeah, and it's already been 2. So yeah, I think I have just enough movement if I. But could I grab her and dash?
Yeah, you could. She's not resisting at all.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll bring back the body. So I'll dash back down 100 feet. I'm not gonna purposely fall because that's how this went awry in the first place.
Cool. Which one is? This is the one that's restrained. Let's see. It is going to. Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, it's gonna try its best to get this creature off of it. It's gonna attack at disadvantage on Ada as it tries to scratches it off and tries to create a little bit of space. So both these are at disadvantage on Ada. You have an improved AC. 8's a miss for sure, and 19 is that a
It's
hit?
also a miss.
Nice. It's also a miss, and it can't move. It's stuck. And boom, boom, boom. Nisha's turn. Oh, and Casimir is no longer stunned.
Okay, great. Okay, so it sounds like Servo's already jumped down in an attempt to retrieve the body. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. That's too bad. I was gonna make like an epic ice slide using wall of ice, but it seems to not be super edifying right now since you sort of already got it going on.
That would have been pretty cool. Okay. I don't know if it would have been like an epic ice slide to an even huger fall though. It's like 500 feet down.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, my 100 feet of wall probably wouldn't have got you there. Okay, so it sounds like okay, we've got the rocks, the most pressing thing. Okay.
He is grappling one just off the bridge to the west, and one's flying 15 feet up, just in front of you.
Okay. I will cast my ice shards. So I'll splash some water out from my canteen, and they'll form into 6 super razor sharp shards that kind of start spinning around me, and then I'll release 2 at the rock directly in front of me.
Nice. And your elemental resistance makes it fully effective. So it has advantage on the saves for magic resistance. Both are passes. It takes one flying up, or the one restrained.
The one flying up.
Okay, cool.
The one closer to me.
It takes 3 and 1, unfortunately, because of its saves.
And that's all.
It's better than 1 and 1, though. Ewinreal will being out of reach. Let's see what Orden will do. She's going to use a spell she is becoming more fond of. Yeah, she still has that spell slot. Cool. Yeah, she's going to cast Banishment on the one flying up above. Let me give you a save. I think it's a wisdom, charisma save. Has advantage. 16 to pass Ewinreal's DC, which is 14. Unfortunately, the spell fails, and Ewinreal says, "Oh shucks." Dimitri, your turn.
All right. Yeah, I'm actually gonna put the sun sword away, or not put it away, but I'm gonna pull out Matilda and take a few shots at the rock that is, or Vrock that is. Where is that? What is it flying over the bridge? Is that what the one means?
Yes, I just put there to let me know that it's 15 feet up, just over the bridge, directly over the bridge.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot that one with Matilda. And it doesn't count as undead, right?
It's a fiend. It's a demon. So no, it's not an undead.
Okay. Sorry, my sheet just freaked out. It's just like rocketing to the bot. Why does it keep doing? Hold on. And my sheet keeps. I used my mouse wheel, and the sheet just kept like. It's like the mouse wheel kept going. It just kept going all the way to the bottom. But yeah, 2 shots of Matilda, and no sneak attack because no one's within melee, or no one's within 5 feet of it, right?
None. 22's a hit. Any more luck points?
I'll just fix it. I can't. I can't. It's a normal. I didn't use any grit, so I can fix it. Like I can't fail it. So
awesome. So not jam, just a misfire.
Yeah. And that is just be the 7, and then that's it.
Boom, boom. Casimir is no longer stunned. He can do his full turn.
All right. Well, it sounds like he's been useful this combat. So he, unfortunately, can't fireball because that'd be unfortunate. But he is going to coin the. I guess, is it possible for him to kind of cold without hitting Ava since she's grappling? I'm assuming not.
Yeah, she's holding on the bridge, so you could aim, like if you're trying to hit a fireball, you could hit the one that's flying above, or that one on the the back side. You could totally aim the fireball in a way that would only get only the rock.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Yeah, but he'll fireball the one hanging off the bridge here to the left. Why the hell not? So he'll
If it
point a
was like
finger and kind of.
if it was like two medium creatures, then but like Ada can only grapple so much of this rock, even though
Gotcha.
she's
Yeah,
squeezing
yeah.
tightly.
Yeah, the sizing probably helps. Okay, so he'll kind of come out of this stun and angrily point a finger, and a little bead of red light will shoot out and explode just behind the rock.
Boom, boom. So it has normal because of restrain plus magic resistance. So this is at normal. And it's a failure, but it is resistant to fire. So it takes 13.
All right, and then Casimir is going to. Yeah, he'll go ahead and misty step. He doesn't like being directly underneath this thing.
You won't be able
He'll
to
misty.
because you cast a slot level spell, the fireball.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
No worries.
I forgot about that. Okay.
It is restrained though.
Will,
You could move away because it's restrained.
Yeah, I'll have him step back a few feet then. Turn.
Cool. Yeah, it can't attack. I don't think it gets reactions on restraint. I may be wrong. Let me double check. But we'll call it that way either way because that's what I said. I want to say that's right.
I think you can still attack this disadvantage.
That's right. It can still, but it's just advantage. I'm thinking something else. We'll just call it as is. It's focusing in on Ada. This Varrock is going to go. Does that recharge on a 5 or no? It only recharges on a 6. Let's see, who's he going to go for? It's going to go for Van Richten, as Rudolph is kind of flying. It's going to fly back down over here off the bridge. Right there. And it's going to try to attack Van Richten.
Okay.
Hitting on the second one for 20.
Actually, 13's a hit too.
Really? Oh no!
Yeah, he's only got 12 AC.
Oh no. All of that's a hit for 36 damage.
He is still alive.
Boom boom. Rudolph's turn.
Every time you say boom boom, I just think of the Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That's what I got it from. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say I just think of that Nutra boom. Boom boom.
Boom, boom, Jay.
Boom boom. Yeah. So he. Oh, that is Dimitri. Let's see here. He knows he's no good dead. So he's going to cure wounds himself to stay in this.
Nice. Give yourself a little pat on the back.
Yeah, that was with that big talon hit. He needs a bit of a breather for a second, so he's just going to cure wounds himself, and he doesn't have any bonus action things he can. So that is his turn.
Elward's turn.
No, I won't get any team inspiration or anything for this band. Just want to lift people's spirits. Happy Jack's gonna dig around inside his mouth and pull out the book again. And the one next to Rudolph is gonna say, Make sure you protect your rear, because I don't want to hit rock bottom. And I just need another wisdom save.
Oh man, I'm gonna make it at normal because that was amazing. You see, this is my my DM bias towards good puns. Oh, wisdom or yeah, wisdom, right? Tasha City Slaver. Still pass.
No worries, it was worth it. Okay.
Any bonus sections? Oh, Ada's gonna squeeze some probably tighter.
Yeah, it's gonna squeeze us harder at this thing.
Is it just auto damage? Like
No,
increase?
because all the other monsters in the convention has to keep rolling, like alligators and stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll just roll again with advantage.
Boom. Does it incorporate, because you rolled more damage, right?
Yeah. Nice.
What? It was supposed to be 2 to 6 immediately, right? So you rolled 46 total? Okay, I see ya. So 7 plus 16, 13. And still restrained?
Sorry, press my down button.
Survey, your turn.
I'm 300 feet down, right?
Correct.
Or 300 feet from it.
200 feet from the ground, 300 feet from the bridge.
200 feet from it.
I think, right? You flew 100 feet down last turn, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, okay, so this is a dumb idea, but I think the mechanics would allow it to work. So, if it's not, serve is dead, but why not? So I can't, even if I crit fail, that's not going to double damage the fall damage if I were to follow that, right?
No.
And am I able to take an action and then fall?
Yeah, you can automatically fall on a turn up to 500 feet. That's the normal falling speed for the round.
Okay, first things first, I'm going to lay on hands myself for 40.
Cool.
And then I'm going to let myself fall all the way down to Ismar.
All 200 feet, so 20d6?
Yep. Doesn't matter because...
Oh no, Oh, I see. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna do the superhero knee landing.
It is a good thing we clarified the acrobatics. The crit fail would not have to make things worse. I'm gonna say you fall prone.
Okay, but I fall at 1.
I'm a little tempted to make you fall into the water, but I'm not gonna make that. Not gonna make that happen.
Okay. So I can just get her next turn. Cool. Ah, yep, I'm at 1.
Boom, boom. You fall quite a while. Smack! You maybe everyone up on the bridge hear just a thundering smash. Like an Acme explosion has happened, and then you look down and you see Serv looks alright.
Somehow. Yeah, so now I can get up a little bit faster. That's it for me.
Nice. This Varrock, yeah, it's still restrained. It can't move. It's trying to fly away as best it can. It's just kind of going into panic mode at this point, and is going to try to attack Ada as best it can. Is there a disadvantage? Both are misses. Nisha, your turn.
Alright, so for my bonus action, I'll let fly 2 more meteors at this rock.
Cool. I was just rolling for the Spirit Guardians. Cool. And I'll give you dex saves for that Varrock. These are at advantage. This is the one that's not restrained, right?
Correct, yes. The unrestrained.
It's gonna save on both, so it'll be a total of 6 damage.
Okay. And then for my action, I will cast just a Ray of Frost at it.
That'll hit for sure. And you bypass resistance as you cut through this rock with your Ray of Frost. It slows it up a bit. Elemental depth coming into play.
And then
Winrow, becomes your turn.
Okay.
You have Spirit Guardians up right now, and you tried to banish last turn, but it failed.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go with my max magic missiles and split them if I.
Yeah, of course, you can do that.
Okay, how should I roll it? Should I just roll it once and?
Yeah, just 1d4 and tell me how many bolts you put on which one. And I think you regain the so 4 damage per missile. I don't think it's like a wand. Like it doesn't burn out when you use all your patches, right, on the robe.
No, and yeah, like regains at like 1 per night rest. Technically, I'm supposed to roll for it, but I just never did.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, you had multiple days to come back, so they're
We
probably
had so
all.
many rests. Yeah, I figured it would have come back by now. Oh yeah, 1d6 per night, so seems like should have been fine by now. It's been plenty of time.
Definitely. So you would have actually have to cast off 1 star. Yeah, you can use 1 action to pull off 1 star to cast a 5th level spell.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you have
yeah.
7. You have 7 bolts to choose from.
Okay, so I'll do the 4 to the closest one to me, and then 3 to the one to the south.
16 on the top and 12 on the bottom. Both looking very hurt.
Okay. That I guess is it.
Cool. Dimitri, becomes your turn.
All right, the Varrock in front of Rudolph. I can see it right because it's kind of like level with.
Oh yeah, it's totally level.
All right, cool. Which means it's gonna take use my final 2 rounds and add sneak attack to one of them if I hit.
That's a hit.
So well, it doesn't matter. I'll add sneak attack to one.
Roll the sneak on the first one.
Yeah, I mean, does the 16 hit?
16's a hit as well.
Okay, yeah. So the first one.
Like what?
I mean,
You kill it on the first one. Do you want to move the second one to the second one?
oh yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, totally.
It is also a hit for 16 for 12 damage. Max sneak attack damage, nice.
And then I'll move up a little closer just to get a better view for next turn, and that is it.
Gonna pierce that Varrock through the heart, and it tumbles all 500 feet down, and makes a big old cannonball smash into the river, and disappears below the surface of the rushing river. Casimir. One final demon left.
all right. He is going to extend out his hand and he will also cast a. He's just going to cast a third. He'll cast a second level magic missile, so he'll do a.
Nice. So the first one, oh no, it was a
Was
1.
a 1.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So 2 per missile, which is 4 total, right? Yeah. So 8 damage.
Yep.
That Varrock is done. Your turn, Rudolph.
He's going to.
Wait, what happened to the Varrock's turn?
It died. It floated way down, and it got shot out of the sky.
That was the other one. I see. Gotcha.
So he's going to use all his movement to squeeze through Ewinreal and Nisha to get there. And this one's level 2, right?
It is. Mm-hmm. And it's
He's
restrained.
gonna stab out twice.
Got advantage. 21's a hit, and not a crit fail. It's a fiend. I don't know if he gets bonuses on fiends.
No, his bonus just says hits an undead.
Okay. Creates a
So-
good little puncture wound.
He gave it a little poke, and that's his.
Elward.
Hey,
Ada can feel like she's squeezing through this Varrock. That any second now she's gonna slice it in half with her just Iron Maiden-like grip.
not. Just in case it doesn't, Happy Jack will fire off a ray of frost at it
Go for it.
with advantage.
Indeed. 17 is a hit, and oh no. Even with resistance, it's still a kill. Describe the kill.
As Ada is just crushing this thing's leg or whatever part of its body could get hold of it, Happy Jack shoots off the ray of frost and freezes the most part of the Varrock and Ada. Seeing that, crushes onto the icy parts of the Varrock and bits and pieces break into the water below.
Nice. That'll end combat. As the final Varrock is slain, Rudolph kind of runs over to the edge. Serva, do you have a?
I imagined I'd eventually be able to bring her back up,
Yeah,
and then in an attempt to lay her down, I'm just gonna collapse beside her on the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry.
Dimitri, if you want to roleplay, you can. If you had, I know that you had an idea in mind. Feel free to roleplay this if you want. As Rudolph.
Yeah, he would, ask Serva, or he sees Serva as like, really beat up and, tired. Maybe he looks at Dimitri and goes, "Please help me bring her over here," and like drag her off the bridge just to get off the bridge. And then, he's going to pull out a scroll and begin casting off of it over Esmeralda's body. And I think it still takes an hour, even though it's a scroll. But after an hour, Esmeralda, like, you see the wound on her neck heal up, and maybe some bones that were broken kind of like snap back into place, and she coughs, maybe a little blood comes out, but she coughs and breathes another breath of life as he casts the Raise Dead spell for the
As she slowly comes back to life over this hour of intense magical ability and magical focus, she kind of draws a breath. Rudolph, Rudolph, is that you? I, I, I thought I was dead. I saw the land beyond. He kind of looks down at her. It's me, Ezzy. Don't waste your breath. You have to recover now. No straining yourself. And she kind of looks at him. I searched for you so long. I am sorry that I let you down. Ezzy, you could never let me down. I'm sorry it has taken such an ordeal for me to see you. See what you mean to me. I will never let you go again. Rest now. And you see Esmeralda fall asleep with a bit of a life in her eyes, and her breath is even. She seems to still be gravely injured. That many days rest might bring her back to full life, but right now she still seems pretty battered and broken.
Let me see. I'll give her a good heal.
Oh yeah, and Rudolph will heal
Oh,
as well if he has any.
I'll do actually I'll do a mass cure wounds.
Oh nice, go for it. Yeah. You guys heal up pretty. I mean, I'm sure with all your healing, you guys are gonna especially with the Aura of Vitality and the Mass Cure Wounds, you guys are gonna heal up pretty well. But we'll call session there at the revocation of an ally, of a loved one of Rudolph. Maybe his new purpose, his purpose all along, one he had forgotten or tried to push away. A lot of things revealed this session. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I did.
Yeah, I was curious.
Very fun. Thank you.
I didn't notice that he had that scroll up until the last session when we were fighting the remorse. I never thought he would have had that, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm sure he'd still be upset that she got thrown off and killed in front of him." But I was like, at least he.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the perfect situation in which he would have used it, and that's kind of why he had it, I think. Yeah, that was cool, very cool. Experience-wise, for fighting off the modified Death Knight and 2 Varroks in this scenario, you get 1,885 XP each. Yeah, Vladimir broke his oaths. Came back as a Death Knight. Good job,
Yeah,
guys.
that guy sucks.
Yeah, he does.
The worst thing is you guys don't have a wish spell, so he's still out there. He has to find his another body.
I really thought it was Jared. I was like, "Oh man, it's gonna be like another awkward conversation with."
Dimitri's got to break the news.
I was like, at least this time I knew, so I could be a little less blunt about it.
I'm sorry, guys. I was messing with your hearts a little with that one.
Dude, for a second, I thought he's just gonna have him pop in and be like, "I'm back, guys." I'd be like, "What? It's so late to the campaign." But
I'm sorry. I was open for that kind of reaction.
Oh no. You know what that means? Oh wait, did we burn Jensen's body?
No, you buried
yeah.
it.
Oh.
So it wow. All right. When he died, did he leave all his equipment behind?
Which one?
Hornguard.
Oh yeah, he had left it. All of his equipment the body would have faded away to dust, but the equipment was still there.
Okay.
Which was like a half plate and plus 2 greatsword and maybe some other stuff.
Yeah, so unless he magically gets that
sword that does extra damage to Strahd.
Yeah, I was gonna say unless he magically gets that shit back somehow, at least we have his good equipment. So maybe next time he comes back with some less devastating.
I'm gonna hit him with his own greatsword.
That's just adding insult to injury. We just gotta keep slaying him forever.
I'm gonna take his fucking job.
The greatsword just specifically doesn't do the extra damage. It's Vladimir that does extra damage to Strahd.
Nah.
Sorry,
I
it's
mean,
kind of like.
But I do kind of want that greatsword though.
I mean, the +2 greatsword is still really.
And it's the Order's greatsword. He doesn't deserve it anymore.
And apparently, it transforms into a dagger too. So.
Sorry, that was me.
That's a feature now.
That was me being creative as a DM. Sorry.
It's a new feature of the greatsword letter. It's canon now. It was said in game.
Man, Vasili was gonna hang out with you guys for a long time if you'd have let him.
No.
And then Serva hit him with that. Why? Because nobody loved. And he's like, "Oh man."
It's very blunt.
Yeah, you hit him at his core.
Because I was just thinking, like, what's the opposite of what Serena would tell him? Because that's pretty much what Servo would do.
Vasili was gonna. He's like the personalities is an old business merchant. He was gonna teach you guys, gonna give you a recipe of how to use that Rimaraz carapace and build some chitin armor. But we moved too fast for that to even come up.
Chitin armor.
Yeah. But I'm gonna. I guess next week I'll ask about that greatsword. It's probably just a +2 greatsword.
It's just a +2. It's just a +2 greatsword.
Yeah, I'll take it for the significance. I mean, again, it's the sword of the captains, and he's kind of abandoned the order, so someone's got to take it up.
Yeah. Perhaps you're right. Maybe returning the skull will put the souls to rest. You definitely know that something will be affected when you do that.
So I'm just gonna delete the spell scroll off of Rickton's character.
Okay.
I do still feel bad that I dropped her. There's a lot of natural ones.
Oh yeah, that was unfortunate. That turned into a very bloody scene.
I mean, I'm glad I remembered I have roulette. I should have just fell all the way down, but oh well.
But
Dude,
she's
when
alive.
I saw 102 damage, I was like, oh no, Server's gonna drop.
Surprisingly, I didn't, because thanks to that level up in the tough feat, I have 100 and it's 112 or 113.
Like I saw that damage, I was like, oh no, now she's falling down. Now we have to go down.
Well, I saw it. I was just like, thank goodness that wasn't on this really higher end.
I was gonna say, because if you had dropped, you still would have dropped to 1. Oh, so you wouldn't have fallen from the sky. So never mind. I was gonna say, because you don't go unconscious. Because I thought you would have gone unconscious and then fallen because now you're not flying. But it doesn't. Yeah, but you would have been Okay, I forgot about the relentless or the orcish resistance.
I just got to use it for things outside of combat because it lets you.
Oh boy.
And as soon as I read that tome, I'll be able to fall from even higher distances.
I'll be curious to see how much this experience, this ending experience, this event at the bridge, because you guys, it seemed like there's a big gap, a divisive gap, kind of protruding with that interaction with the Bheur and what let out of that, and now this kind of experience kind of bonds people back together. It's interesting how you have such a divisive event and then such a bonding event right after it.
I'm also curious as how Rictavio acts to it, because like I wanted to give up the sword to save Esmeralda, but I'm like I can't because we need this for Strahd.
Yeah.
So then
I didn't realize he couldn't not be paralyzed, so I was thinking like, okay, let's try.
Yeah, that was a tough situation. It was a kind of a lose-lose situation.
I mean, but I did figure it, like, not to be that guy, but Servo was more worried about us keeping the sword than keeping Ez alive.
There's if you want to go ahead and start thinking about it, Deathstroke, there's a scene that's going to happen. I didn't want to force it at the end of this one, but there's a scene that'll happen at the beginning of next session. If you want to start thinking about what you'll get another spear point for Matilda.
okay.
I don't know if that affects like your planning or anything for next session.
No, now I have to look because I'll be able to I'll be able to reallocate points at a long rest. I don't think I have anything I want to do. Is like the next thing I need to do is like save up some more. So that will just I think go into the spirit point bank. But yeah, thanks for the heads up. I'll have to check it out because maybe there is some of the abilities you can like level up, so you just like reallocate the lower ability spirit points into the higher ability one. But I'm not sure if any of the abilities I have I could do that with right now. Yeah, great. That was a great session. I really like I really enjoy the role play. Like I enjoy the friendly role play a lot, but like every once in a while when you get characters that, are very different opinions. The dramatic role play that doesn't end in a party like trying to kill themselves. That was like really good dramatic.
It was. And hey, if you ever need to get everyone back together, just throw a well-loved NPC off a bridge.
Right.
I know how to bring them back together.
that wasn't my intent, but it might have that effect. One other note for PC stuff: Ewinreal, it's 1 day away from the full moon. Just as a heads up too.
Oh dear.
Ooh. Always a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. Excited to see you guys next week. Can't wait to see Borngard and Serena's body. Have a good one, guys.
Later.
Have a good one, guys. Sorry